What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Rassslin Rantin, and this is a commentary. So, Seth Rollins has been on the internet, and he's been on Twitter. Tweeted out that he thought he was the best wrestler in the world, and that WWE had the best pro wrestling in the world, period. This rose a lot of ire from a lot of pro wrestling fans, not sports entertainment fans. People drawing comparisons, and then it got kind of nasty with a lot of people crapping on him. And, you know, this showed some pretty strong Twitter chops, a pretty strong Twitter game, because it allows Seth to kind of present himself as, you know, a victim in some ways, because of all the people who were saying nasty elitist things, vulgar things to him. He can kind of go, hey, you know, look, see, this is what those other kinds of fans are like, you WWE fans who may be thinking about watching something else like AEW or something. Do you really want to be associated with them? So it was a good way for him to kind of draw sympathy and make his company seem a little bit like the underdog to some extent. It's a pretty strong game. He doubled down on it and said, hey, no, look at look at the Cruiserweight match that opened up Stomping Grounds. It was a great match, which it was. Hey, you know, and just him saying that was good, because I can understand that. And he should be saying that. He should be. He is the WWE Universal Champion. He may be trying to be doing the locker room leader thing and saying, hey, guys, you know, morale's down, but we are the best in the world. And, you know, it kind of starts with that. You have to kind of say these things, even though I know he does. A guy who half of his moveset is from New Japan's top wrestlers of the past couple of years, the high fly flow, the sling blade, so much time. You know, I always used to call him White Tanahashi. He took the Rainmaker and combined it with the V-Trigger from Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada. I mean, come on, Seth. But I know he doesn't fundamentally, probably really doesn't believe that, but he should be saying that and pushing the locker room to actually be that. And from what I've seen of Stomping Grounds, a lot of people said that a lot of the matches, it looked like the wrestlers were putting in more of an effort. It looked like you had some pretty good matches on that show. I didn't watch the whole show. I was able to watch the New Day versus Zayn and Owens match, and the Ricochet and Samoa Joe match, and the last 10 minutes of Rollins defending against Baron Corbin. And it did seem like the wrestling action was a lot better on that show. I actually did enjoy the first two matches. The last match, that's a whole other story. I get what they were trying to do, and it worked for what they were doing, but the whole question is why Baron Corbin's in the main event when you've got guys like Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor and Cesaro and Rusev sitting on the fence. But anyway, I thought I didn't have a problem with what Seth said. I thought, again, he should be saying that. And if it can serve as a rallying cry to the WWE roster for those guys to kind of step it up, more power to them. I think it's also kind of baiting some people too by trying to get, you know, some of the AEW, New Japan, the other wrestling company fans to say really nasty things so he can point to it and go to the WWE fans who may be thinking about looking elsewhere to kind of go, ooh, look at the way those people act. I don't want to do that. So I think it may have been a very brilliant thing that he did on social media. And hold on a second. Wait a minute. What's this? He says, Will Ospreay said that he's alive in regards to the wrestling action. And then Seth Rollins responds by saying, I'm sorry, little guy. We already have a better version of you here. And he just won his first U.S. title tonight. Congrats to Ricochet. Keep working hard, though, buddy. Okay, hold on a minute. See, this is typical WWE fashion. You do something that actually was pretty smart to do, and then they just don't know when to quit. They don't know when to let things breathe. They don't know when to stop. And now all the sympathy that you may have garnered, it's just gone. Not to mention, number one, Ricochet and Will Ospreay had several matches a few years ago that kind of put both of them on the map. It was featured on ESPN, for Christ's sakes. They got a lot of momentum out of that, and I would suspect that it's a lot of the reason why a lot of people in WWE even heard of Ricochet to begin with, were his matches with Will Ospreay. But the biggest thing about this for Seth Rollins that maybe he didn't remember or didn't know, didn't WWE send Paul Heyman like back in 2016 to go recruit Will Ospreay for Evolve before they had WWE UK or NXT UK.
You are. And the fact that people in this industry show their ass and disrespect you only shows how much of a revolutionary and an evolutionary in this industry you, sir, are. Choose to use that immigration attorney to want to work in the United States. Evolve wants you to know.
They sent Paul Heyman to go recruit Will Ospreay for... See, this is what I get for trying. This is what I get for trying to be open-minded and say, hey, WWE people, you might be doing something. No, then y'all just don't know when to stop. You just don't know how not to put your foot in your mouth. Never mind. Jesus Christ, guys. What the hell? You had it. You had a good little moral high ground there for your WWE fans, and then you just kind of. And by the way, Will Ospreay, for pro wrestling fans and not WWE fans, and when I say that, I'm comparing that to movie fans, not Marvel fans, to pro wrestling fans, people who watch a lot of different wrestling, not just WWE. I think probably, and I'm just guessing here, the majority of us are right now at this point in 2019 saying Will Ospreay is likely going to be Wrestler of the Year for 2019. He's had a killer year so far. It's half over. That's no, no, Seth. That wasn't smart. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Seth Rollins' Twitter game. I tried to defend you, bro. Let your voice be heard in the comment box below. Until then, I'll see you guys for more news, rumors, and commentary here on Rassslin Rantin. Have a good day.
And the fact that people in this industry show their ass and disrespect you only shows how much of a revolutionary and an evolutionary in this industry you, sir, are.